It's almost 5 minutes past 8 in the morning. Now, Minister of Youth and Sports was Sansuye Mrashe Bedreni, Member of Parliament, Yagaba Kubori, was Minister of Youth and Sports, and maybe a criminal National Service Scheme, no Nipenya Otiano, Nidin de MUSTAPHA USSIF. Minister Machin. Boko dear.
Yamiadum, Bibia Boko. Ekoye pa. But my engine of a video is so I mean, cheer with your phone, and I mean, cheer also.
Yeah, Joseph.
My pa, Yama, or my Ghana.
Yeah, Joseph.
We are so proud of you, Chairman General.
Yeah, Danyamiasi. Kwagu?
A member of the Order of the Voter.
Dan Kwaku,
Ghana's multiple award-winning journalist.
Yes, Kwaku.
Presidential MC.
Thank you.
Hall of Famer.
Yeah, man.
Chairman to Brigadier General.
Yes, sir.
Ghana's #1 radio presenter.
Yes, sir.
Peace FM's Lano Messi.
I take her.
Soldier Pikin.
I like her.
Project 100 coordinator.
Thank you.
And Ghana's Olympic champion. Come and say,
Kwaku! What are you?
Oh, Johnny Vassell.
I was Sector Minister now. I'm trying you.
I say, intense.
Intense.
Mr. Biba has said, I go be on in the Yerico, baby, not yes, Hamuna. Omunya guest as you are Mukoda. I got a book in the room of your name, Yerico, receptionist or bands. Eh, Bran, and say you watch. I was here, whom I just said. I mean, I don't understand about him, but I am a liberal.
Now, are you go straight? Sister, never back. I'm at the very car.
The minister say who is boss minister was the Ariache.
But you want to Minister Makwaba.
Yeah, Chairman General.
Now, a ministry at the now, some ministry, they be a judgment. Now, it is our
Yamiadum, Bibia Boko.
O ministry, Nekoye.
Onya, Bibia Koye.
I say, a quay, so first, entrance into the public space. No, a big boy, you may be crowd, maybe Chonai. Now,
Ejumano, the Sanet here, until Obana say, Yanum be Ejumano. Say, Yabana say, or vision and our plans, I say, Yeditu Ghana for anymore. Mona, SM boy, and 8 year, the 8 year Ejumano. Until I pay dear, we say, Chama General, I just am better than him. I mean, no fadri. Yeah, Jumana, and I'm born into me, Jumana, Ghana, into me, sports sector, into me, and fun to my infra.
Ain't you obey a den of a bear strong, I and one why you be a sports ministry.
Chairman General, Obersha, Ghana Sports,
yeah,
and bra, I bet the Pele, and I say for Tony Boa, Sam Brennan, not Ghana national team, your national teams, and especially football side. Now, Obia, the whole world, Obia, and Mr. Ghana for your boy, your humble power. Sometimes, so not coast football. Yeah, dear, very, very important. Oko school, now me was Salaga Secondary School. Yeah, inter-school sports festivals. We send a park, the beer park, no higher ma. A horn was so I need me use so I me identify talent. I'm feeding into local league and also even our national team.
Yeah.
And see, I idea I don't come as to say. Yankopon yadom na say the ejuma me shasia they very revive inter-school sports festivals. The whole idea they say with me from the district level near the Aba regional level near Aba national level and we create a platform for us to be able to identify our talent. I mean they say so Ghana yenya opportunity to host African Games. Yeah. So even we have a responsibility of also forming Ghana team. So there was a platform na bit media yes ya name na etimanya your Ghana team so that you host to an etimanya then you win into ya there back wa edem akoma so. Aside that also me can or me vet and say oman bia no and as a country bia no e won competitive advantage when it comes to sports. Ohwe your friends Jamaica Obianum say athletic nation. But even athletic in the Chairman General, and yet Nina na omoye short distance there only Jamaica for Montmin challenge. I feel when Kwan Ebeko Tokyo Ghana you could challenge Jamaica ni aje gold medal aba because you won crofo yen so say ya train
but nkrofo na ye train omo time omo ye ni Jamaica time omo ye no ne ye kan de na che say sebe ye ka bia gi ani o
I feel we me wo gidie and cry say Tokyo Olympics yeah athletics short this 100 meters 200 meters there. Yeah, Ghana near or America was started a break records. So yeah, but me continue sad dia there. You perform a power.
Azamatino.
Yes.
On only a WGD when you say obey me the gold medal about.
Obey me the gold medal.
Olympic Games.
Me or the first record of break here, my friend no. Sharing crying say Ghana for you na Tanechi. A certain message. And I saw call my friend no cry or catch him say. And no cry na sa motivate you so by putting. I wasn't surprised that the next 200 meters, Osaka winning here. And Tanechi said Olympic Games come July in Tokyo. Ghana flag no, Ebeko high.
Ghana flag Beko high. Another area Ako high pa this issue of $25 million. Yanko straight to that issue. Mampenini Mukupi Jubilee House in Komotwichemo. Or say abaino anase onodi to me ama abaino say I'm up $25 million na 10 million there or the better 15 million mo am nkope corporate Ghana ne mo pe kwan am befa so $25 million here
Jama jana me da se who say ejuma yi afen ma sha se me ka say bia 2 months ana bosumi mienu ni mako ministry we call ministry no embre bia de bia meko ho no na eka foforo aba we airline for travel and tour for obidi bela ba say ye de omka bia 4 million Ghana cedis ebi so aba hotels ye de omka 4 million ebi so aba even currently Egypt Ghana embassy in Egypt almost the bela ba na me no frame officers ni na say tournament bia na say match bia e be kono say ministry nu omo budget adenti na sa eka we nyina e wo ministry ho almost most of the time no budget line bia ni ho ma ministry ho and na cross so me share 2021 budget ayayi 2021 budget ministry no ye nyina ni me say ye the 34 million and ye budget ma ministry ho intimation and I'm so me requested for your programs of activity for the year and next year so that bit me boy ho ama yet me prepare ni akọ nti programs activities no Nyankopon cha de yet me qualify for African Cup of Nations next year January February say yet me compete in that tournament in Cameroon. Yes sir, what a responsibility say you be qualify for World Cup and also because of COVID-19 qualify ni nyina 8 qualifier matches ni nyina no afi we na say then July ye sha see by December ni ewie so that in July next 2022 Nyankopon be ma ya qualify ni ya then etimi participate. So as a ministry make I say and they say this if this is the culture I think be any budget line then we have to find alternative way of funding our sports into programs of activities no apart from national teams no crown you under 17 women women and under 20 women team almost some participating in other activities they were under 20 almost some participating in other tournaments in 2022 there were other national teams there were 10 national teams just for football Mbemano 6 national teams and also 4 national teams. Now activities for the year this year and next year. Now so share budget 34 million Tama General. My first assignment as a minister was to go to take blaster to South Africa. South Africa. They say South Africa because of COVID-19 plane bianco. They said a charter flight. Need to me for a players no there. I'm call South Africa. No want to me qualify because say play because of playing country. Your players no so small unko. And you see me say your players be brace so e ball e wa mononi. I'm ball diaspora. I say to me then you fly on back to Ghana. I'm ba so and yes economy no better now. E bi wo Greece. E bi so and yes ball and my band minimum say even Spain. You were counties say my county bi wo and I say state bi wo only airport. Players need be bo state via airport no. How do you even get them to come to Ghana? They have to drive about 3 hours to the nearest airport before somebody a castle. But we need the players to also participate in this tournament. I say it to me, Ediomoba. In the last South African one, you fly almost 16 players back so that they can be able to join the team here and go to South Africa. So these are all costs that we have put together, and they are estimated costs. And to me call God being so grace, and I call President and catch the President. My banner, this is the challenges are my. So I want your blessing to be able to find alternative way of funding our sports industry, especially the national teams when it comes to football. Because yes, I will Tokyo Olympics in July. And also we need the budget. There were other federations also I'm qualify for even Tokyo. I'm other assignment I'm call participating. So the little budget we have, we can't just use it. If we don't find alternative way of funding our national team, then it means the lesser known sports too will not get any funding from us.
$25 million. What does it cover?
The $25 million. The first assignment, World Cup qualifier. The World Cup qualifier. Before say qualifier, I say to me, in your place, no camping. Camping, whether it's Ghana or your friends saying Abuchira. You have 10 days plan to camp the players so that at least about different teams across the globe. I say to me camp and San and say World Cup qualifying. So it's a cost that we have to all think about.
In the first assignment, your World Cup.
Yes, the preparation.
Preparation for World Cup. Next assignment.
The next assignment is the qualification itself, which is 8 matches, and we have to play here in with Ethiopia here. Then we go to South Africa to go and play. Then we come back, we play Zimbabwe. Then we have to play home and away for 8 matches.
And your qualification, how much will it cost?
Qualification, it will depend upon the jurisdictions, but estimated, because, like I say, I had the opportunity of supervising South Africa. And South Africa, luckily for us, South Africa too is one of the teams that are airing. You know, World Cup qualifier. And nobody should tell me again, say, how much we are going to spend.
Talking about how much, 34 million cedis, and the Amao ministry as more budget for the year. Salaries, right?
But salary,
and incidentals, and other expenses.
Yeah.
In no more budget, for the ministry, you budgeted for World Cup. How can you do a budget for a ministry? More program of activities for the year. More program of activities, and come budget home. Because obviously preparation for World Cup starting in July. Am I right?
Yes.
And come with 34 million. How can you have a budget?
That's the challenges we face as a country. The ministry submitted all the programs of activities and their budget to Ministry of Finance. But the Ministry of Finance will give you a budget ceiling. And once you get that budget ceiling, you need to work within that budget ceiling. So that is why these debts have accumulated, because sometimes in the previous past, we don't have alternative ways of getting to be able to solve some of these problems. And
Tokyo Olympics, the best started time,
the best started in July.
Tokyo Olympics, best started July.
In July.
And World Cup qualifiers, best started July.
In June.
In June. Into June World Cup qualifiers. July Tokyo Olympics. 2 months. We don't have money yet.
Yes, that is why me say you have a budget. And he say you Tokyo Olympics, World Cup qualifier. Your budget on a bit market for all the 2 at the same time. The answer is no. So we can then use our budget to focus on the Tokyo, then find alternative way of funding the World Cup qualifier. And it's not only in Ghana, all over the world, Chairman General, Aban be a new when it comes to sports. Aban no kuan sponsor national teams. You find corporate institution because Peace FM can decide to say, okay, you per se any blaster for your ejuma. You best sponsor blaster so that even our brand will give you a mileage to be able. So it's an opportunity for us to be able to also make sure that we get corporate institutions to take advantage of the value of our national teams so that they can use it so that we don't put unnecessary burden onto the state coffers.
In the last 15 years, I mean, Sikaya say sports ministry, and I say Sikaya Shre sports ministry, starting with football, through African Games, through Olympic Games. Miha Meninka is more than $100 million.
Yes, you're right.
And over $100 million, there's nothing to show for it.
Yes.
My question may be, say, Yanko be an idea.
Chairman General.
Because Yakwa is Sikaseye. Yanko an idea.
Chairman General, me does say Wakasa. Sometimes, just recently, under 20, Ombeko Mauritania tournament for African under 20 championship. I must say, oh, World Cup, FIFA cancel under 20 World Cup. Under 20 national team and call African Cup because you need Sika. And I'm saying no. Sometimes, and you say you just go and participate just because you want to also qualify and go. But you also give platform, number one, to the players who are your citizens. Because Nyanko Poncha, you're champions. That brand of even Ghana becoming a global football nation has also been increased. And yet all the time, they say overcall tournament, and even though the first objective is to go and win the cup, but it also gives platform and the players the platform to also exhibit their talent. Currently, because of the championship that you win under 20, your players are more the best player of the tournament or a Ghanaian. The whole area, say under African Cup of Nations under 20 the best player is a Ghanaian. Aside that, the best goalkeeper was a Ghanaian. Assuming you can say in Isika and young class, that opportunities are Ghana for you, at least you are giving them the exposure to go and exhibit their talent in Kenya.
$25 million is a lot of money.
Yes, it is.
And Mra Omanpenyi eka $25 million na semno. Oka say for Black Stars. And actually, no, and I'm okay say for Muina. Inti I want to know say Omanpenyi na no for me. Ana yen antiasie. Ana afterthought. Ana mentiasie because it's your man penny. Okay, I say $25 million for the Black Stars.
Yeah, Chairman General.
And
right.
The government is giving $10 million.
Yes. Chairman General, yes. The large chunk of whatever we are going to raise, whether we like it or not, the national team, the Black Star, will spend more than 80% or 90% of the cost. As a nation, a core supporter, a fan of the national team. I'm also a Ghanaian and a taxpayer. And I share the views of Ghanaians, and I share your view. Say, numerous investment, more than $100 million. I don't have the figures, but I'm taking the figures from you.
Oh, I'm sure it is more than $100 million.
Without bringing caps, because since 1982, we have not come close of winning even though we have come close, but we haven't won the African Cup of Nations, which I think is something that we have to work on, and that's why we are putting this. But aside that, as I say, who say, even though we have all these challenges, were World Cup qualifiers to play. We also have the AFCON that, God willing, we've qualified. We have to participate in. As a country, do we take the decision and say, because, say, over the last 40 years, we've not taken the cup. Because of that, are we not going to participate in the African Cup of Nations? If it's as a country we take that decision, then fine. Then it means we need the money to be able to take it. But
as a country, we can't take the decision. I am more and more in charge of the country and we take a decision. The rest of us, you take decisions on our behalf.
Very well.
Until we are the ones who question the decisions you take.
We have told you that whatever it is, yes, we admit that for the past 40 years, we haven't been able to bring CAP home. which is something that we are going to work on. Yet still, we think that it is necessary for our national teams to participate in this tournament.
For example, you're 80%, you know. Yeah, me massing, yeah. But your fan is say 80%, you know. Let's just say Black Stars and Crowd will spend about $20 million.
Yes, it is most likely, because if I give you the breakdown, aside the preparation for the World Cup qualifier, then the next event is the World Cup qualifier itself. Then the AFCON, we need to prepare for the AFCON. It's also another event that you camp your teams before they go. Then the AFCON tournament itself, you have to also go and participate, which is also another course.
Winning bonus, Kaho.
Then once you finish the AFCON and you qualify for the World Cup itself, you need to prepare again. That is another event. Then after you prepare for the World Cup, you participate in the World Cup itself. Winning bonus has become a major issue. And I'll admit that it's a major issue, and all of us, I share the views of Ghanaians, that winning bonus should be tied to performance.
You share our views. What are you doing about those views you share?
What I'm doing is to ensure that even before we come with a policy decision on winning bonus, because I've set up a committee currently, and I've discussed with His Excellency the President that I'll be setting a committee to look holistically into our winning bonuses of our national team. And not only Blaster, but the whole national team structure. And once we have the winning bonus structure, then it takes away any time when we are going for a tournament. It's the time that we are coming to be discussing winning bonus.
And I want 34, my views, about $25 million winning bonus. I hear players for winning bonus.
See, my views on winning bonus should be tied to performance. So if as a country we come out with a decision that, and I'm not going to take that decision without doing broader consultation, because you have to consult the key stakeholders.
Minister, Yendru Hoye, me say 25 million winning bonus. I hear players in Benya.
Winning bonus I can't just sit here, because sometimes you have to value the whole games are ever corner. Because
Minister. Why am I $25 million? In this $25 million, see a winning gamer, player back could be a
currently, each player, the current practice, each player is given $5,000 as winning bonus. And it is something that have come, that is currently. So if you do your mathematics and you calculate the number of teams, the number of matches that we have per World Cup qualifier, which is 8, you have the tournament itself to go and play. You have 2 friendlies that we have planned that they will do as preparation towards the AFCON. Then you calculate all this, you should be able to have a rough idea of how much winning bonus you need. So
who winning AFCON?
Who winning AFCON? They will give you the value of the AFCON is about $4.5 million.
$4.5 million.
Yes.
Into you were looking in excess of $20 million to go and pick up $4.5 million.
No, you are talking. I said this estimated budget is not only for AFCON.
It's for AFCON and World Cup.
World Cup. And the qualifiers.
So how much do we hope to spend on AFCON?
AFCON.
Or how much have we budgeted to spend on AFCON?
The AFCON budgeted.
Friendly matches, qualification matches, and the tournament itself.
So the AFCON, our plan is that AFCON, say a year 2 friendly matches before we call AFCON. Then the AFCON itself, we have the preliminary stage where we have
knockout
stage and other stage. So all the stages, our estimated budget is about $6 million.
Including up to the final.
Yes.
In Jebeboa to final, we would have expended $6 million to go for 4.5. So there's a deficit of 1.5. Doesn't make economic sense.
Yes, you might not have. It doesn't add up to the economics, but the value to your players, the value to the countries, the value to even the team itself cannot be quantified.
But Minister
Chairman General.
So it is part of the reason TSA say as a union I am.
Chairman General. It will not be fair to say a Kobe Bia and Fashimba.
Make up Black Stars.
Yeah, Black Stars. In 2006, Chairman General, Black Stars went to Germany.
Mm-hmm.
It was the only African country that went to the round stage.
Second round. Mm-hmm.
Second round. Am I right?
Very.
In 2010, the Black Stars was the only African team that went to quarterfinals.
True.
Was it good or bad?
Very good.
So it will not be fair to say that Black Stars, anytime they go, they don't perform. Black Stars,
I didn't say they don't perform.
They don't bring anything home.
They don't bring any trophies home.
They don't bring trophy, but at least it has given us a mileage. Going for the first time.
But you build on your mileage.
Yes.
We are your host, Ewaha, 2008. AFCON, nothing came out of it. You're the third, Meboa. So, after AFCON 2008, which probably is our best performance host and win, Yako finals, Anye Yako, World Cup. Look at what happened in Brazil. Really, a lot of us question ourselves, say, it's like we're throwing good after bad. I say, yes, can you $100,000
So that is why he say, Chairman General, yeah, sure say, you know, better than us, yeah, sure say, going forward, if you are bonuses structure, so you will tie the bonuses structure to say Ometma performing number one. Say if you are World Cup, you have 8 matches to play. So until bonuses now more $5,000. Yes, the country is ready to give you $5,000. But on condition that you do what? You qualify for the World Cup, then we can sum the $5,000 for the players. But even when you are doing that, you still have to have a budget for it, because once you qualify, the players to you then have to be able to fulfill that promise as a nation.
What Sheben Abitimi say all these monies that you are asking for a day mamuno. I know say we will make all the noise, yes. But eventually you will find the money somehow, someplace, somewhere. Are there any promises? Make a promise. Can we tie you down? You bit me, I can say, Skawi Edia Mamuno, more KPIs in here. Would you achieve them? Then I'm Bobe.
Chairman General, your KPIs as a nation, as a country, we have a dream or a vision of making sure the next AFCON with the preparation, yentimi prepare, then the yentimi ko nanya kuponta echi, na yentimi NG the cap. That is our vision. But yentimi can say because it's our vision. It took Algeria. It took Algeria almost 29 years before Algeria took the World Cup, the last AFCON.
Well, the last AFCON, I was 12 years old.
No, I mean...
I'm talking about the last... You are talking Algeria. I'm talking my country. I'm not Algerian. I'm talking about Ghana. The last AFCON we won, I was 12 years old. Yes. So, that's what, almost 40 years ago.
That is why it is necessary for us to plan and ensure that we go and perform. That is why we are not waiting till January 2022, so that because after the AFCON, we should gather ourselves and get the players to go and play. And that's why we have to start planning now as a nation. And that is why His Excellency, I want to thank him so much for believing in me, giving me this opportunity to be able to do, even look at his tight schedule, sacrificing his time schedule to be able to organize these breakfast meetings with corporate institutions to also pitch to them to support our national teams. I'm so grateful to His Excellency. And that is why I need Chairman General, I need everybody, especially every Ghanaian. We should all come and support our national team. And once we give them this courage, that yes, we are going to support you, but we want you to also deliver for us, because we are not just going to support you, then you won't deliver for this nation.
Only me say Enka Black Stars a private company. Would you be happy with the performance of Omo Mohando Black Stars? Looking at the amount of money out there to would you go? Because they keep coming back to ask for money. They be and say we're doing the same things over and over again, expecting to get different results. Afibia ebeson ye diskabegum. Ye wahan ye di plane sika ekomomu ankwesihu. Afibia senye nation scapa friend AFCON a World Cup. We throw money into it. nothing comes out of it. And the same thing. You will league in Sudebia, the so-called professionals, foreign-based players, never. No matter near to plane ticket, near to near the same things. Not scano, open you come back some. And from what you're telling us today, no, the same template, the same format. You prepare you be qualifiers, you be 2 coin, you be say, you be 3 bonus, winning bonus, then bonus, technical committee be your musica, we be your musica, you be fruit plane, it is the same format. Why do we think that we'll get different results?
Chairman General.
Meanwhile, your team is on your papa BI.
Many we are doing pa.
When me say team and your papa BI one way BI.
We are doing say is the same format, but so we say me no. I feel that me maba. Maba and I will be me in say what are my plans? We have our short-term plans, medium-term plans, and long-term plans. The fact that there were challenges in all this sports sector doesn't, and yet we have immediate assignment ahead of us, doesn't mean that we should not plan.
Yeah.
We should therefore say it me here planning to tackle the current events ahead of us, whilst planning for the medium and long term to be able to revive the sports sector, especially when it comes to the local clubs. It is also something that it is dear to my heart as a person. But because currently we have a tax ahead of us, which is the World Cup qualifier, we need to be able to get ourselves prepared to execute that task whilst working around the clock to ensure that support these local clubs.
How do you carry the Ghanaian people with you? What can it be about going to Germany in 2006? First time I call World Cup. There was a certain euphoria. Ghana Funyina Boji Sudi from 2006, Germany be host AFCON 2008. Ghana for Bodi Echre, ye call South Africa 2010. Ghana for Bodi Echre, and then Brazil happened. And then man nipa bibri who said to quote Songo, Sikedi basa. Now we're going into this. For example, Coach Kwesi Appiah, 2019, I said 2 years ago. Was it 2019? Egypt. 2019, Coach Kwesi Appiah said, Onhunda said government has invested so much Emma Black Stars in terms of preparation and allowances, bonuses, and everything. 2019, and Coach Kwesi Appiah said same way. But Uncle Siri, you invested about more than $5 million. You says under $1,800,000 as a BB. So Ghana for baby said by a Black Stars. I'm sure you know that. You're a Ghanaian too. How are you going to carry Ghanaians along? A bed then I want me in your son crunch and say, how are you going to do that?
Chairman General,
yes, sir.
And yes, Sikano, and a preparation. AFCON no year 2022.
Okay.
So train that's a 2022. Now for even $100 million a base AFCON amukoba and ya dear bedding if it may acquaint. But so mean yes can in time. Now say sati no more players need to make ball together. No ball, no more planet. No coach need to mean players no more ball. On your more time with the players are. Then you can get and you mentioned 2006. 2006 is the same corporate institution, Goldfields then. And it was under the veteran of Safamafu. He was able to get the corporate institution to support so that ahead of time, the players can plan. And that is why for the first time, that was our first time of qualifying for World Cup. Because the corporate institution came on time, they supported. The players had a long playing time with their coach. The coach understood their style of playing. Then he knew exactly which players to select to participate in those tournaments.
Are you going to replicate 2006? Is that what you're saying?
That is exactly the template, what we are trying to achieve. And we have to plan. Unfortunately for me, I assume office, I got this opportunity when the times are very close. But all the same, I'm not waiting for us to say, okay, let's only tackle World Cup qualifier. But we are tackling the holistic, all the tournaments that we are going to have from this year all the way to 2022. Sports
ministry a tough one.
It's the passion of the nation.
But for you as a minister, it's a tough job, isn't it?
I said the sports itself is the heart of the country. That is the only event that brings this country together. And it is the reason why we have to have a dedicated source of funding. Luckily for us, His Excellency the Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo has tasked us in our manifesto to establish a sports fund. Once these sports funds come into fruition, all this in terms of in training and here we be a thing of the past. So it is something that it is dear to people's hearts and it's emotion. So once you are there, you need to be able to carry the whole country along.
How will you carry the country? That was my question.
And it is through engagement. You don't impose decisions on the citizen or the key stakeholders, and that is why
you've imposed $25 million on us.
No.
You've imposed $25 million on us already.
I'm not imposing it. I'm just engaging, and I'm soliciting your support from Chairman General, Peace FM, Chairman General. Raise this amount to support, get ourselves prepared very well to be able to perform in our various tournaments.
Our predecessor, Kwame Siama, started regional and NASA sports complexes.
But so I did a kuma super and a regional abo I commend my predecessor, a Juma or boy in terms of sports infrastructure. And now the Dankwa Akufo-Addo, and I said it at my vetting. And the last time I was contributing to the budget, I said it. When it comes to sports infrastructure, there is no government in the history of this country that has performed like Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Simultaneously, 10 sports stadiums. Ebin see that. Ya sha see. Nti ade a dem akoma so a me pese me ye. E de sheminia penny as e kesia ma enunyam ne se. Ye be wie na ma frɛ na ma ka se me nua penny. Adwuma wa sha see no. Ma ba me etime wie. Nti me ye den me ntimi ko commission. Na the youth of this country be there ometimenya facilities ometimedi edi agrono need to identify a talent. If we have to go back to revive school sports, then we need facilities to be able to do so.
Talking about talent, I'm sure you know that we don't have very good talent in the Black Stars. Would you agree?
I won't say so.
Compared to 2006, for example, compared to 2010, for example,
we just have to build their capacity.
So we don't have them up to scratch.
The players have the potential. Let's invest in them. Sports is a very
Minister, Oma made very politically correct answer. So we don't have what we had. We are Ghanaians. We are Black Stars. So it is not as if say we cannot say a Black Stars one nano has the same potential Ronaldo, it's not an award-winning Black Stars, is it?
Ronaldo, the best footballer, no. And yes, I want to say no, yeah, the best footballer. He developed along the way. Into your players and everyone, they are you, Jordan, all the players.
Mubarak.
Wakasu.
3.
Pate.
4.
I can't mention all of them. All of them, they need time to be able to develop.
Off the top of my head, 92 squad, make your Bobby Bray. 2006 squad, make your Bobby Bray. But let's be honest. And you say a Black Star saying Koyi. Oh, it is the Anyway, this is just Uba so be Chiano Akwaneja. Yachiwa chance yachena. 25 million. You be who come obium. 80 pache.
Emma Ghana for Taichi.
Medrin.
Let me raise Seskano. Emma
Minister Medrin.
Let me develop to the standard that you want them to be.
Yeah, Medrin. But our doors are always open. But you been here obium sometime soon. Say when you're busier. Now, Brian, maybe we can have a full program, like 3 hours, just talking your ministry.
Thank you.
As you said, the heartbeat of the nation, the pulse of the nation, football especially, boxing, athletics, and what have you. But you know, be a bed.
I'm available 24/7.
And then you mean say Jamoko cabinet. Uria, actually, Bekasa.
All right,
because Dankwa was in an okay canoe, pursue besides, but I'm saying man time. Minister, that's it.
That's the challenge, that's the partner.
Yeah, that's it, baby. Peace 104.3. Yeah, to our Juma Diana Sono, and I pay Senamika, Minister of Youth and Sports. Was Sansu Mashet, Bejanima, Yagaba Kubori, your friend Mustafa Yusuf, or be Chamuka Neja. Your pencil may be 18 years, I'm trying to translate. Antoine and Sambra, guess who is in town? Atik Mohammed is in town. And if I'm right, he'll show up here this morning. Time check is almost 8:45.